If you have allergies or you react to dust mites, which natural pillow should you be sleeping on? Let's settle it.
Two of them handle this really well, and they do it with nothing sprayed on: organic wool and wild harvested kapok. They take different routes to the same place, a surface that's hard for dust mites and mold to live on.
Before we split them apart, what is it about dust mites that sets people off in the first place?
It's the mite, and what the mite leaves behind. Their waste carries a protein your immune system reads as a threat, and that's what drives the sneezing and the stuffy mornings. The mites themselves want two things to settle into a pillow: warmth and humidity. Take away the humidity, and they can't establish. That's the opening both of these fills walk through.
Let's start with wool because it has the most going on here.
Wool resists mites three ways, and all three are just the fiber being itself. The first one is moisture. Wool pulls the humidity out of the little climate around your head and holds it inside the fiber so the surface stays dry. Dust mites need the air around them above roughly 50% humidity to survive, and wool keeps it under that line all night.
That's one. What are the other two?
The second is lanolin, wool's own waxy coating. Its fatty acids are naturally hostile to mites, bacteria, and fungus, so the fiber is an unwelcoming place to begin with. The third one is physical. Under a microscope, each wool fiber is wrapped in hard keratin scales, and a mite can't burrow down into that the way it can sink into a soft, open fill.
And none of that is a treatment that wears off.
That's the part that matters most. A lot of pillows sold as hypoallergenic get there with a sprayed-on mite treatment that washes out over a few months. Wool resists mites by its own structure, so it's still doing the job years in, after a dozen trips through the wash with the cover.
Now, kapok. Different plant, different mechanism.
Completely different, and just as effective. Kapok is a fiber from a rainforest seed pod, and each strand is a hollow tube with a natural, waxy wall that repels water. Mites and mold both need moisture to get going, and a fiber that sheds water gives them nowhere to start.
So wool holds the moisture and kapok repels it, and both of them end up dry.
Two roads to the same dry surface. And kapok has a second thing working for it. The fiber is protein poor, with a slightly bitter natural compound in it, so there's very little for a mite to feed on. Low food, low moisture, and they don't move in.
There's another allergy angle people forget about here: feathers.
This is where kapok really earns its place. If you're allergic to down or feathers, kapok gives you that same soft, lofty, down-like feel from a plant, with none of the feather proteins or dander that set you off. It's the down alternative for the person who can't go anywhere near actual down.
And for the chemically sensitive sleeper?
Both are strong there because neither one needs a chemical step to do any of this. With wool, the three defenses are all built into the fiber: the moisture wicking, the lanolin, and the keratin scales, with nothing added. With kapok, the fiber travels from the seed pod to your pillow without passing through a bleaching or softening step. For someone who reacts to finishes and treatments, that clean supply chain is the whole point.
Let's talk feel, because these are not the same pillow to sleep on.
Not the same at all. Wool is springy and medium support, and it does a second job. It regulates temperature by wicking up to 30% of its weight in moisture, so it's the pick if you also sleep hot or sweat at night. Kapok is the soft, light, fluffy one, the closest thing to down we make, and you give it a quick fluff each morning to keep the loft full.
Quick one, since allergy folks like to wash everything, is either fill washable?
You wash the cover on both and leave the fill alone. On certification, here's the honest split. The wool pillow is certified to the Global Organic Textile Standard end to end, license GOTS 10229, issued by Oregon Tilth, covering the fill, the cover, and the process. Kapok is wild harvested, So organic certification can't apply to the fill, and we call it natural Kapok. Its organic cotton cover carries that same GOTS 10229. I'd rather you know where that line sits than blur it.
And one of these is vegan, one isn't.
Kapok is plant-based and vegan. Wool comes from sheep, so it isn't. If vegan is a requirement, Kapok is your answer, and you give up none of the mite resistance to get there.
So how should someone choose between the two?
Start with the rest of your sleep. If you run hot or sweat at night on top of the allergies, go wool, because it manages temperature while it resists mites. If you want a soft, down-like feel, or you react to feathers, or you want vegan, or you're sensitive to chemical finishes, go Kapok. Both of them solve the dust mite problem with nothing sprayed on.
Anything an allergy sleeper should do with the pillow itself?
2 simple habits. Keep a washable cover or case on it and wash it regularly, because that's where your own skin flakes collect, and those flakes are the mite's food source. And both pillows ship overstuffed, so you take fill out through the side zipper until the height fits your neck. Pull out too much, put some back. You're tuning it to your own body.
Who should skip both of these?
If you need firm cervical support for neck pain, neither soft fill as your pillow, look at buckwheat. And if you want the firmest, coolest sleep there is, that's buckwheat too. Wool and Kapok are for the allergy and sensitivity sleeper who wants a softer, cleaner surface.
Where do people go, and how long do these last?
Wool holds up for years, and Kapok stays lofty for years, as long as you give it that morning fluff. They're both at circadianrest.com, the organic wool pillow and the wild harvested Kapok pillow. You get 60 nights to sleep on it, free shipping both ways, and a full refund if it isn't for you.
There it is. If dust mites or allergies are keeping you up, 2 natural pillows handle it without a single chemical treatment. Organic wool wicks your microclimate dry and resists mites 3 ways. Wild harvested Kapok repels moisture and gives feather allergy sleepers a plant-based down feel. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll catch you on the next one.